Gentlemen, it's nice to see you today. How are you?
Good. Hi, Mael.
I'm
Very
good.
well.
You. Congratulations on the show. You know what I really admired about this show is that there are lots of moments of quietness, of silence, where the characters are just sitting down and reflecting on the past. As an actor, Mr. Pierce, and as a showrunner, Mr. Cary, do you find fulfillment in these moments of quietness, of stillness, as much as you do in intense dialogues and action scenes?
Well, yeah, I do. To me, I get as much fulfillment. I get the same amount of fulfillment out of things that feel right in a moment, in a scene, whether it's a character needing to express itself or with dialogue or to be in a sort of a quieter moment. I mean, often I guess quieter moments, particularly if they're private moments, they're great opportunities to show our audience, particularly with a character like Philby, what's perhaps really going on for him, where in front of other characters he might be showing something else. So that sort of that little insight is a lovely way to sort of show all sides of a character. But I find that I think that's one of the beautiful things about film as opposed to theatre. I mean, you can have quiet moments in theatre as well, no doubt. But with film, and shooting things, you can get really quite intimate and small and delicate, and I find that a really great sort of arena to work within. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the moments of silence. I consider the moments of silence a little bit the parts of a novel where the novelist takes you into the internal workings of the character, and of course you can't do the exposition of that, so you have to leave that to the camera and the actor, which to me is and what happens is, hopefully, if you've set it up right, the audience then does fill in the blanks.
Mhm.
And I like that partnership with the audience.
Yeah, and we certainly do that in the show. Mr. Pierce, you played quite a lot of famous real people, Andy Warhol, Edward VIII. As an actor, what's the difference in research and how you're going to portray someone who was famous in the public eye, as opposed to someone who did exist but not in the public eye, like Kim Philby, for example?
Well, I mean, he sort of was in the public eye. I think Kim Philby. I mean, he wasn't necessarily, famous like Andy Warhol, but he certainly became infamous. But I mean, there's more of a difference, I guess, between playing a fictional character versus a non-fictional character, because you do have a whole lot of material that exists, whether it's just written, documented material, or whether it's footage or interviews, so it's great to delve into that stuff. There's a sort of a fine line as well between there's a fine line between understanding who that character is and getting a picture of them, and then being able to actually play that character or find how you would play that character. So but in a way I do the same thing with a non with a person who hasn't actually existed before as well, because in my mind I'm still getting a picture of them and I have to work out how to play them, and so each character is very different anyway, whether they're fictional or non-fictional. There's complexity in a character like this, and there was complexity in a character like Andy Warhol, because people sort of often say they never really knew who he really was. So it's a decision that then needs to be made, I suppose, in a production. How you present, which version of this sort of seemingly public known figure are you going to present, and how are you going to present him? So that in itself is a sort of a big decision that has to be made.
There's a difference between what we think we know and what we actually know. Absolutely. They're giving me the wrap. I absolutely love the show. I wasn't familiar with the story, and I was so happy to discover it through Us by Amongst Friends. Congratulations again, and I will see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank